you want to take this one?
Yeah, I mean, the ladies from the 80s inspired ladies from the 80s.
Yeah.
For instance, I mean, I was born, well, my mother, I was born in the mid-80s.
It's just your mother is a lady of the 80s?
Yeah, so she kind of set the bar for me as an infant of what a lady in the 80s meant.
30 years ago? Yeah. I wasn't even alive, but I was looking at ladies from the 80s.
Dude, see, that's the thing, right? Like, I was not of age in the 80s, but looking back, I was like, that was a dope.
I wish I was.
It's a dope time.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm. And that's what we tried to capture musically.
Ladies from the 80s, ladies from the 80s, ladies from the 80s.
Favorite lady from the 80s? I'm going to pass this one to you.
I was not born in the 80s. I don't know any 80s ladies.
No, of the ones that we chose.
Oh,
we had some arguments.
Molly Ringwald.
Molly Ringwald is yours?
Molly Ringwald, hands down.
You know what? Going into it, I thought it was going to be Jane Fonda, but Whitney Houston, actually. Yeah. We did a lot of research to Googling pictures of...
Like 90% of this project was spent Googling pictures of Whitney Houston.
Carrie Fisher, Jane Fonda, Whitney Houston, Olivia Newton-John, Nancy Reagan, and Barbara Bush. They were first ladies in the 80s with the presidential push.
Well, it didn't start out that way, but 80s Whitney Houston.
Do yourself a favor, go on a little Google, type in Whitney Houston 80s.
Yeah.
You have a long night ahead of you.
Yeah. But we actually had some disagreements when it came to finding some of the pictures. All right, so now we've come upon our first argument of the whole day, Colin. What is it? What do we got here?
Okay, so I think Nancy Reagan's kind of a weird and vile woman.
What? How dare you? This has nothing to do with Reaganomics. This is Nancy Reagan, classy first lady. Okay.
Literally, look at her. Look at this. She looks like a fish. What is
That's this. All right. She's like 90 years old there. This is no. I'm not gonna stand here. Go to 80s Nancy Reagan.
Wait, there's an important picture of Nancy Reagan that I think the world has to see really quick.
What is it? Okay, yeah. All right, I know exactly what you're talking about. So we wanted to get Nancy Reagan sitting on Mr. T's lap into the video, but I feel that would do her dirty because we've had portraits of everybody else.
I mean, you can see her face.
No, Mr. T takes away too much. You can't... He's always going to steal the show, Mr. T. Like, now we're just on Mr. T pictures.
What about this one?
No, well, first of all, that's going to be my new cell phone wallpaper right there. How many pictures did they have together? How long was this photo shoot?
They had a great night.
All right, we got to find the portrait of Nancy Reagan. I think it should be this one, and you think it should be that one. It's just
objectively less horrifying.
This looks too much like a Christmas movie. Go back to the portrait. The portrait, I feel like that's the Nancy Reagan I know.
Her nose and cheeks make a McDonald's symbol.
All right, listen. As the one who was there in the 80s, I'm overruling you, and that's going to be the Nancy for the music video.
Okay, fine.
Ladies from the 80s, ladies from the 80s, ladies from the 80s.
The main inspiration came from the Behringer vocoder, which was provided by Sweetwater from Sweetwater.com. Great place to get all your gear. The only place I actually get my gear.
Ladies from the 80s, ladies from the 80s, ladies from the 80s.
Well, I'm all about Sweetwater. If Sweetwater was a lady from the 80s, it would be probably Olivia Newton-John. Yeah. Quintessential.
Iconic.
Right? The heavy hitter. The heaviest
game.
Yes, exactly. But yeah, the vocoder really inspired the whole thing. I was doing an unboxing with some other ladies, not from the 80s, Katie and Andrea, and inspiration just struck.
It sounds very 80s with the strings, right? Ladies from the 80s. Ladies from the 80s. Ladies from the 80s.
And here's the beat we have to work with. So basically that's just going through a lo-fi plugin. And now we're going to start by using this incredible vocoder track that I have lined up. Ready?
Ladies from the 80s, ladies from the 80s, ladies from the 80s. Ladies from the 80s, ladies from the 80s, ladies from the 80s.
1, 2, 3, 4. Alright, so we have that. Now we're going to have to add some nasty synth to it. I've got the Prophet queued up. So I gotta start. I've got an arpeggiator on here. Sync to the same time. Here it comes, here it comes.
Welcome back, everyone.
So aside from just being a great vocoder from Sweetwater.com, you can also use it as strings with the human voice. A little choir, little strings. So at the end, we're gonna have a glorious outro with all of them together. Are you ready?
Yes.
Sean called me up and was like, hey, I got this project you might want to work on. Bring your Casio wristwatch that we happen to have matching.
The coolest thing that makes us 80s is we have matching Casio watches.
Part of the Casio crew, baby.
You want to get in the Casio crew? Amazon affiliate link in the description.
It's, let's do some math.
What time is it? Oh, calculate. Calculate how fire this video is going to be.
10 out of 10.
You got it?
Yep.
With the calculator.
Damn,
Oh! That was a twist of fate.
And here we are today. I mean, the part of the Casio crew. We're making ladies from the 80s. The dream come true, really. I'm glad we could finally get together on this.
We finally got around to this.
Yeah.
The public has been thirsting since Toys to Men.
Yeah.
It's Christmas, and the stockings on the wall. They're on the wall, girl. I'm missing you bad, girl. Why won't you call? Why won't you call, girl? The tree has been lit. With both green and red. Green and red, girl. And visions of you getting it on in my bed. Girl, I'm sorry. She's a project. I've been rapidly unfaithful, but you're being so rude. It's Christmas distasteful.
People wanted us to get back together again. We're kind of like, what famous duo are we like?
Batman and Robin, Kim K and Kanye.
Yeah.
Hall & Oates, I suppose.
Elon and Grimes.
Yeah. Like Demi Lovato and
Who
Heroin.
would be Elon?
I was on the Arturia. Most of their plugins. I was on the Arturia keyboard. I was hitting it with the old school synthesizers, you know, the DX7s, all that.
All right, Colin, what does the time roll mean to a song, to a track in the 80s?
It's the glue that holds the tracks together. It is after, you know, it signifies when the drop is coming. For example, here.
Ladies from the 80s, ladies from the 80s, ladies from the 80s.
And that's it. I mean,
All right, Colin, so one thing that has been instrumental in this entire thing has been the Stencil Morph MIDI controller.
of course.
Can you teach us how to play the main riff from the soon-to-be
yeah.
smash hit,
Yeah.
Ladies from the 80s? How do you do this?
From the 80s, ladies from the 80s, ladies from the 80s.
So it's just C, D, E, and then C, A, C. Is that it?
Yeah, and here's with the track. Ready?
Ladies from the 80s, ladies from the 80s, ladies from the 80s. Ladies from the 80s, ladies from the 80s, ladies from the 80s.
Oh, I love it. Everything was better
In the 80s. Sean looks at me and says, you know what this track needs? I say, I don't know, Sean, what does this track need? He goes, a reverse snare. So I'm sitting here, I'm thinking to myself, okay, I'm gonna make a snare, I'm gonna reverse it, so I add it in, there's the little snare sound, there, here it is again. You put it before the snare, here's what you get.
Oh, he's done it again! He's done it again! So you're rocking this Arturia Keylab, I see.
Yeah, bro, I got the Mini Moog plugin. Let's hit it.
Ladies from the 80s, ladies from the 80s, ladies from the 80s. Ladies from the 80s, ladies from the 80s, ladies from the 80s.
Carrie Fisher and Jane
Space.
Fonda.
Let it breathe.
Yeah, right.
Well done.
And then I wrote this song actually at a cafe. It's true. I'm not making this up to try to make you laugh. It was at a cafe. I was having an acai bowl that was served in half of a coconut shell. And I was like, all right, I'm
That's
going to
retro.
write. Yeah, well, that's what inspired it. Originally, there was going to be a lot of stuff where it was like, I'm just listing events that happened in the 80s. But the joke was that like none of them happened in the 80s. Like, you know,
like
walking on the moon, the Berlin Wall going down.
Yeah.
That was my main one that I really wanted to get in there. But, you know, eventually I decided that was going to take away from the ladies of the 80s. I didn't want to make this about the 80s.
We're making about the lady.
The ladies up from the 80s, you know? So this is kind of my love song to them. Our love song to them, even though you weren't around.
Yeah, but I can still love them.
It's the beauty of music.
Yep.
You know? We can love women from all throughout time. Through music. Everything was better in the 80s. Alright, so the most 80s look I could do is the double polo. Why was this ever a look? This is like stupid. Who would wear two polo shirts?
It's cold out, bro.
I guess.
Cold out, but you gotta show off your guns.
So I guess the purple polo under a blue polo is kind of like the best I'm gonna be able to do. So I guess I'll shoot my part of the music video now.
Ladies from the 80s, ladies from the 80s, ladies from the 80s.
So my boy here pretty much edited the whole thing.
I mean, yeah, I'm not used to Final Cut. I'm not used to working on Macs like this, but I tried my best. Got some VCR aesthetic little things going in there. I think it really sets the mood for the whole video. Sets the mood for the 80s.
I was there though. I was there with the shortcuts.
Yeah.
I was like,
I don't know how to Command Z or anything. I mean, he told me how to disable clips. Where would I be without that?
I was like Blade Tool dog.
Yeah.
Command B.
Life changing.
Girls and girls, girls with the girls, girls with the girls.
Well, once this video hits a easy 1 million views, as it will, the ladies from the 80s will start hitting my line.
Yeah.
Start talking. They'll either be happy we included them or mad that we didn't. I think we might have to be called to make a sequel.
Sure, yeah.
Ladies from the 80s too, Electric Boogaloo, perhaps. I'm not really sure.
I'm not looking forward to having to explain to Cheryl Ladd why she was
Yeah.
left off.
I mean, I think she knows.
Yeah, but you know, that's the life of when you make the hard decisions.
Yeah.
You suffer the hard consequences.
You know,
You know, it's part of the game.
we can finally put out some like bedroom pop if you want.
I think is that or synthwave.
Yeah, it's between bedroom pop and synthwave. Maybe some like kind of surf music. Just depends.
Let us know in the comment section what you'd like to see
Depends on the weather.
us focus on our incredible production skill on. And until then, we'll see you in the 80s and beyond.